Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome into another game here in the SFA. We are in the quarterfinals of the CFP, their first ever 12-team playoff. And yesterday we had a couple great games. Unfortunately, they were not close into the second half, but we have two more games here today. We're starting out with the Peach Bowl. Let me know if you can hear me, and then we can go ahead and get started. I do know that the Discord is down, so it might take a couple of seconds for you guys to get in here. Make sure to let me know if you can hear me. But this is the SFA. It's an online dynasty ran entirely through Discord. It's Twitch and YouTube. If you want to join, links are in the description. Discord is down right now, so you can't if you're doing this live. But it should be back up momentarily, as it is just a temporary outage. But you can join in, you can claim a team, you can set the depth charts, the playbooks, the schemes, and then you can hire coordinators, you can recruit in the Discord. You can also participate in all sorts of server games as well to help out your team with bonuses. So let me know if you can hear me. Perfect, pin is here. Yeah, not as many, there's no notifications going out, but that's all right. We're gonna truck along anyways here. And if you are watching live, you might run into some ads. Feel free to drop a Twitch Prime, as you will help fund the National Championship trophy and care package that I send to the user that does win it all. And yeah, so this is where we are with the playoff. Yesterday we saw Minnesota win the Cotton Bowl, and we saw Oklahoma win the Sugar Bowl. So the Rose Bowl is set. So now we're on the left side. We're gonna do this game with Clemson and Georgia Southern, and then we will go to the Fiesta Bowl later on this evening, right after this game, and finalize the Final Four. But as always, shout out to our friends over at Home Field, the best apparel company out there. Feel free to check them out and use code SFA. You can use it once per email, and they have super cool stuff over there, vintage designs, more than just football. And finally, if you've won a bowl game or you made the CFP, send me your off-season strategies. I'm still missing a ton of them. I don't want you guys missing out on your free rewards for next season. So please, 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 getting them out. I got the, okay, cool. You got to add everyone off. All right. So we're going to get into the rosters here, giving everybody a chance to get in here while this cord is down. Obviously, the SFA still goes on. And here are the Georgia Southern Eagles, and they just came from Statesboro, and they dominated the East Carolina Pirates, one of the teams that were in the top 5 for pretty much the entire season. And so this team's quite surprising. A lot of people didn't think that they should have been in. Definitely in terms of talent, the worst team in the field, but here they are, and can they take out the undefeated Tigers? Led by Josh Johnson. I'll call him JJ. I'll call him JJ69. He has a bunch of different nicknames. But get to know this guy. He is lethal at the quarterback position. And at running back, the X Factor, Trey Inners. In order to win in the CFP, you have to be able to run the ball. And boy, did he against ECU. He ran for over 200 yards. And I think it was like 4 or 5 TDs. So watch out for Trey Inners, the SFA player. And then we didn't really see a lot of the pass game from him, but JJ Young, he is a redshirt senior. He holds virtually every record for this team in terms of receiving. And Ryan Alexander and David Love are all pretty good in their own right. At tight end, John Patrick is the most talented pass catcher on the team. He didn't really have to do anything against East Carolina, so we'll see if he gets involved today. And the offensive line is not all that impressive, but they get the job done. And this team knows how to use misdirection. They know how to get past having lower offensive linemen, right? You're in the G5. You don't have as much talent, so you got to get tricky, kind of like those triple option teams. And on the defensive end, Kyle Kendrick on one side, Jared Maxey on the other. And in the middle, Brian Williams and the SFA player Albert Ascheri, the former bust. And at linebacker, George Steffen, Shane Sutton, and Alan Holmes here. And then out wide, you got Pablo Smalls, the SFA player, Richard Bradley, Alex Doty, Jason Davis, and Malcolm Cope, the SFA player, out back, and Co Simpson, the SFA player, as well. Those are the two most impactful players on this defense, and they are a large part of the reason they are still in it today. And kicker, they got Bernard Wallace here. He is a true freshman. He's 12 of 15 on the year with 76 power, 74 accuracy. And that is Georgia Southern. If you're looking at Georgia Southern, you're like, hey, man, this roster doesn't look all that good. You would be correct. They are only a 79 overall, but they are still here, and they're going against the mighty Clemson. Now, in terms of talent, Georgia Southern isn't scared at all because they just mollywopped ECU, who is the second most talented team in the country, only behind Georgia. Clemson, on the other hand here, they are in the low 90 overalls, but they do have the Heisman winner. He won all of the awards, O'Brien, Walter Camp, all of that stuff. And he is going to be elite. 92 speed. He is insane in the pocket. They also have Omar Woods at running back along with Corey Cross. At wide receiver, it's Jeff Keys, Trent Freeman, Kevin Hill, and then we saw a lot of Hubbard here from them against ECU in the ACC Championship, that game when that went to overtime. So we'll see what happens today. And then Jason Walker is the tight end. You've got a very, very good offensive line here. The SFA player Bilbo Berkman at right guard, and their right tackle is their weak spot. And Josh Harris here on the left end. Right end is B.J. Morris. In the middle, SFA player Rylan Magnusum and Jason King. At linebacker, Pat Simmons, Aaron Fine, and Sean Lambert. So they are a bit weaker in the linebacker position, but Sean Lambert really makes up for that. And then out wide, Robbie Wayne. He's had so many great plays over his career, multiple interceptions on streams, and then most notably in the national championship a couple of years ago, the scoop and score on Braylon Burnside, Todd O'Connor, and Max Williams. And then in the back, Kevin Hurd, and on the other side, Aaron Williams. Their kicker is a sophomore, Eric Johnson. He's 80 and 81, and this year he is 15 of 22. Those are the rosters. Welcome in, guys. I know Discord's going crazy. There isn't technically a spread on this game, but the ECU spread was 10.5, so I'd figure it'd probably be more for Clemson. So it'd probably be around 2 scores. Clemson, as we know, is undefeated, 13-0 on the year. We've never had a 1 seed win it all in the SFA in the NCAA 14 era. So we'll see what happens today. Welcome in if you're here from the Discord or not. You're in for a fun time, as we have 2 games today. We have the Peach Bowl, and then we will do the Fiesta Bowl between Stanford and Alabama. And we're hoping for a good game. We've yet to really have... we've had 1 out of 6 games right now have been less than 2 scores. So we're going to see if Georgia Southern can pull it off again. But this is definitely one of the biggest lopsided matchups, and it will continue to be the most lopsided matchup with Georgia Southern if they keep on going. But before we get started, always I do a prediction, and the Instagram did think that Georgia Southern was going to win this one. So who do you guys think is going to win? This has Bobanos at stake, which is our currency over here in the SFA. We have JSOW, that's Georgia Southern, and then Clemson. And yeah, I asked all the mods to add everybody, so I'm glad you guys all did it. So you got 1 minute there. Check, see what you want. Let's get a lot of those Bobanos going. Discord, we are live. Luckily, Discord being down doesn't affect us at all in terms of the actual stream. So we got Clemson and Georgia Southern. And really the X factor is going to be, is Trey Inners going to be able to carry this team to victory? And I think it's also going to come down to Josh Johnson's turnovers. In the Sun Belt Championship, he had 3 turnovers. They ended up still winning, but then he played almost a near-perfect game against East Carolina, and they dominated. So no one wanting to put Bobanos out there on this game. All right, not even throwing some on Clemson? I guess okay. I guess nobody wants the free win on Clemson. We'll say my Discord is still down, so I can't. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and get started here. People will join in as it becomes available. But let's go ahead and get started, folks. Clemson, number 1 Clemson against number 8 Georgia Southern. for those of you who are here, thanks for coming in. And remember, if you do end up missing some of it, VODs will all be available on YouTube later tonight, as well as a full highlight video. So let's go ahead and get started. We are in the Peach Bowl, which this quadrant of the playoff is kind of unique. You had 3 teams all within the exact same geographic area. Kind of reminded me of like a super regional. You had ECU, Clemson, and Georgia Southern. So this being in Atlanta, both of these teams have really not had to travel hardly at all in terms of, compared to teams like Minnesota or Oklahoma. So remember, the winner here goes on to the Orange Bowl, which is even less travel. They're just going right down to Florida, and then they'll face the winner of Stanford and Alabama, who are both over in the Fiesta Bowl. So this game definitely has the advantages. And this is also where the national championship will be, in the Mercedes Superdome, where we always go to the closest venue to the #1 seed. Welcome in, Jay Jettas. This is one of those where the impossible could happen, definitely. So we'll see if it does. I would say that the Cinderella run probably ends. I think that home field played a huge part for Georgia Southern in beating East Carolina. So we'll see. And yeah, Clemson historically in the SFA is a lot less prone to choking games. They have 2 national championships. They are the best team in the country. They always clutch it out. Yeah, the Discord's down. I checked Twitter. It's all right. Yeah, the server's going to be down probably for a while. Georgia Southern is going to get the ball first here, though, as Clemson is on defense. And here comes Josh Johnson. I'll call him JJ. I'll call him JJ69. He wears number 69. He is a transfer from San Diego State. And Trey Inners right behind him. This dynamic duo is going to make or break this game. And Inners starts out with a 2-yard run. This game is solely going to come down to if Trey Inners can run the ball. If he can't, this is going to be a bloodbath. So first carry, only 2 yards. They're talking about it. They're in the huddle. They're not really hurrying up here. Definitely wanting to shorten possessions, I'd imagine. And the big players on the defense, Ryland Magnuson with those white sleeves there on the line, the smaller guy. He is insane, and we're yamming it deep. Second play, they have a man! There he goes, Georgia Southern, and he's brought down at the 5. James Sharp, the fullback. What a start. Here come the Eagles. They are starting out quick. They're going to hurry it up. So first and goal after a 70-yard yam to the fullback, and Trey Inners punches it in. A quick strike from Georgia Southern here in the 1-8 matchup. And Clemson's looking around like, oh, I mean, we watched the ECU tape, but we didn't actually think they'd do that. Holy cow, what a start. So a short run to start it, and then a yam to your fullback for 71, followed it by a Trey Inners touchdown. Now here comes Clemson. Omar Woods on the return. Now here comes Walter Hearn, number 2, the Heisman Trophy winner, the best quarterback in the country. Hands off to Omar Woods here to start it out. He stiffies Co Simpson. Number 28 and number 14 in the back at the safety positions. Those are the elite players. Malcolm Cope, the transfer from Tennessee at the top, and Co Simpson, 99 hit power. He lays the boom every chance he gets. And off to Omar Woods. He stumbles up the middle. And Clemson loves being down. You guys know this. They love comebacks. They love keeping it close because they are the most clutch program in the country, really in the history of the SFA. So they're not worried at all. It's going to be a quick screen out wide. That's Jeff Keys, and he goes nowhere. The top receiver from Jeff Keys, we've watched him grow, and pretty much every player on this team has massive playoff experience. Remember, this is a team that lost in the quarterfinals last year in the 1-8 matchup to Notre Dame after a overtime game. As they're going to hand it off here, and he stays in bounds. That's Trent Freeman. He's still running. 23 yards for the wide receiver. So they're trying to not lose. This is the exact same building as well that they lost in overtime to Notre Dame last year. They do not want to repeat it. So 1st and 10 here for Clemson. They are already across the 40. It's going to be a screen pass to Freeman, and that goes nowhere. Como Simpson cleans him up. That was risky. Hubbard did a good job there getting the block, but Pablo Smalls was bearing down on him. What a start here to this game. Unbelievable start. 2nd and 9 now. We're inside the 40. Walter Hearn, he's starting out pretty hot. We'll see if they can get him running the ball. So they're going to delay this, and he goes for the hurdle there. Omar Woods, not sure what he's attempting, but he gets eaten up by the two ends. Maxey and Kendrick. So now a 3rd and long here for Walter Hearn. Keys at the top, isolated. Got the other 3 receivers, Hubbard in the slot. 3rd and 12 here, only 3 linemen rushing. And Hearn on the run, throws that to nobody. So 4th down here on the first drive. Georgia Southern forcing a punt. Oh my, it's Georgia Southern, the team of destiny. Remember, they were ranked 24 in the final committee rankings, and they got the auto bid out of nowhere for the group of 5. So definitely a Cinderella story here as they're coming right back. These 2 tight end sets, you got to watch out for James Sharp. They're going to throw it again on a blitz. Josh Johnson, he's going to take off, and he has all the room. There he goes. Down the sideline, he's still trucking. A 35-yard run for Josh Johnson. What is going on with this defense? Just nobody to be seen. The blocking was perfect, and Josh Johnson fought for about 10 extra yards. Unbelievable start. They're already across the 50, trying to make this 2 scores. The #1 team in the country looking horrible. And they're going to fake it again. Throw it over the middle. That's a catch, and that's going to be Alexander. An unbelievable start here for Georgia Southern. Yeah, this is definitely a underestimation. I mean, Clemson obviously coming off of a bye, right? So that could have played an impact. So just not ready for this game. Finally, a positive play for this defense as they track down JJ69 in the backfield. It's BJ Morris. So the first really negative play here for Georgia Southern today. It's been the perfect start. They're inside the 40. They're going to come out empty here. James Sharp, though, is in the backfield. You're going to motion Inners back. They're going to fake it to him. Throw it on the run. That's Sharp again, and he breaks a couple tackles. He's going to get about 10. But James Sharp, he has been so dynamic so far today in the pass game. Another one of these fullbacks getting heavily involved in the playoff as we're in the pistol here. 3rd and short. Clemson, can they get a stop? They're going to audible. JJ69 has time. Over the middle, delivers a strike. That's JJ Young, the #1 receiver on this team. He holds every record in the record book for these guys. Fresh set of downs here for the Eagles, trying to go up 14. 1st and 10, Georgia Southern. He takes off. He has room up the gut. He's going to lower the shoulder. That's going to be another 1st down for JJ. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line to take a 2-score lead here against #1 in the country. He's rolling out right. He has time. He throws it to the back of the end zone. Touchdown, David Love. He gets the toes in, and a quick start here for Georgia Southern. Unbelievable start here. This is the exact same start we saw against East Carolina. It's just they blinked and they were down. This team is just reeling. And they haven't even been doing it really by running. It's been Josh Johnson through the air. So 14-0 now for Georgia Southern. Clemson has no idea what just hit them. So now they have a ton of work to do here. So they're going to start across the 20. But remember, last night we saw Tennessee jet out to a 14-0 lead, and Oklahoma came storming back, won that game by 20 points. So plenty of time here for Clemson. It's a long game here. They're going to just run it with Walter Hearn. He gets his first run of the day. He gets about 9. Second and 1 here for Clemson. Keys once again up top. One-on-one with Pablo Smalls. Second inches. Quick option. He gets it out to Omar Woods. He stiffies a guy. He's still running. There he goes. He breaks free. And he's tracked down after about 17. That was a big play there from Omar Woods. And if you remember, Omar Woods missed the majority of the season. It was Corey Cross. And then he got healthy for the ACC Championship. And they named him the starter yet again here for the Peach Bowl. So coming out empty here, Hearn. Getting out-dueled so far by JJ69. Is he going to take off here? Designed run, and he gets hit hard by Co Simpson. You've got to find a way not to take those hits from him because that ball will squirt out. Second and 6. They're across 50 for the second time. Can they get this drive going? They're going to come out Wildcat here. Interesting call. Second and 6. They got to move the rock. It's going to be a run with Omar. He finds room to the left side. He breaks Cope's tackle, and that's going to be a first down for Omar Woods. Some big runs on this drive from Omar Woods, creating extra yardage, getting first downs, keeping Clemson alive. They're actually going to hurry it up and run more Wildcat. It's going to be a direct snap here. Omar, and he gets hit hard. Georgia Southern does not look like a 79 overall team. This team is on fire. This might be the hottest team in the country. Second and 6 here for Clemson. We're inside the 35. Hearn and Woods in the backfield. You're going to fake it? Oh, he has an open man. That's a quick throw. And wait, where's the flag? Ryan Hubbard getting absolutely smoked in the outfield or out of bounds. No flag comes in for the late hit. Unbelievable. But we're inside the red zone now. First time on the day for Clemson. Split back formation. They're going to hand it off. He's going to throw it. And that's Hubbard over the middle. He falls forward to the 5-yard line. This game is picking up very quickly. All offense so far. We're at the 6. Clemson trying to cut into this early lead. A little bunch formation. Hearn makes an adjustment. He's going to throw it. Only a 4-man rush to the end zone. Keys! And they call him out of bounds. And no review. I thought he was in. So that's a miss by Hearn, but second and goal. Keys is coming now. They're going to hand it off to Keys this time to the short side. He goes down. So a third and goal. I totally thought that was a touchdown to Keys in the back. And we didn't even get a replay or anything. So now it's going to be a third and long. Can Clemson find a way to punch it in? Yeah, in this stadium, there's no floor in the corner. But third and goal to the back of the end zone. And it's caught. That's Dewan Sims. Touchdown, Clemson. An absolute missile from Hearn. And they bring it down, and they cut it right back into this lead. And no review. So, I mean, they're not going away anytime soon. This could be a high-scoring game. But, yes, one thing in this stadium, in the back corner of those end zones, there's always a glitch where there's, like, no floors. So, just watch out for that. So, how is Georgia Southern going to respond? Obviously, they still have the lead. They've had no issues on offense. But Clemson did respond. Sims got into the end zone there. All right, so Josh Johnson, he is absolutely on fire here so far. It has not been Inners. It's been Johnson. And there he goes again, running the ball. He cuts inside. He only gets about 1. Yep, Discord is down right now. Don't worry. We're still trucking along. No problem. As Josh Johnson in motion. There's Inners. No, he's going to keep it again. This time he's swallowed up in the backfield. So Clemson making the adjustments here, stopping the electricity that is JJ69. He's had him in a chokehold in this first quarter, but that immediately got shut down. So 3rd and 11 now. A blitz. He's going to dump that off, and that was risky, and J.J. Young couldn't hang on to it. So a 3 and out here for Georgia Southern, the first stop on the day for Clemson. That was massive. So all of a sudden, the #1 team in the nation, you thought they got punched right in the mouth, but they're right back up fighting. This is going to be a long game. You're not winning this one in the first quarter. You don't get to 13-0 by chance. You've got to grind a lot of games out. You've got to face a ton of adversity, and that is what Clemson has done to earn this #1 seed. So here they go again. It's going to be a mid-screen there, and he gets some nice yardage to Trent Freeman. Clemson is currently the only program with multiple national championships, trying to get to 3. This is going to be a jet sweep to Hubbard, and he gets 3. Remember in the ACC championship, he had a 60-yard touchdown run against East Carolina. Both of these teams' last games were against East Carolina, oddly enough. But at the end of the first quarter, here in Atlanta, Georgia Southern has the early lead, 14-7. What a first quarter, folks. Glad you guys are all here despite the Discord issues. Remember, we have one more game in the quarterfinals coming up a little bit later. But 3rd and inches here for Clemson. Inside the 40, they hand it off to Omar Woods. He has to break that tackle, and he cannot. The linebacker comes up massive. It's George Stevens, the left outside linebacker, the worst of the 3. And he goes toe-to-toe with Woods and brings him down. And an interesting punt here. They're not going to go for it in no man's land. They're going to try to pin him deep. So here comes the punt here. And that's going right into the end zone. So not the best idea there from Clemson. So after going 3 now, how are they going to respond here? Quick option. He gets it out to Inners. That was a massive play. There he goes. He's still going. Trey Inners. He gets a block. This is going to be a touchdown. Unbelievable. Trey Inners and JJ69 put him back up 2 scores. I can't believe what I just saw. How did he not step out? What are we watching? Not only does Josh Johnson break a tackle, he gets the pitch off, and then Inners does the rest. Oh my, Georgia Southern. I'm telling you, there's a curse with the #1 seed. As here comes Clemson now. They got some room on the left side. They're going down the sideline. They get up to the 50. Corey Cross. This game is all gas and no brakes. Holy smokes. I can't even keep up writing this all down. All right, Clemson, they're coming back out. They're already at the 50-yard line. And now I bet that they regret punting on that 4th and 2. As I've been saying for a while, is that the teams that can run the ball in the CFP always go the farthest. And Georgia Southern, they've proven it. And we get a nice little run here up the middle from Kevin Hill, one of the depth receivers. Clemson getting creative here. Really got to see Walter Hearn step up and lead this team. You're a Heisman winner for a reason. You've won all these awards. You've got to win a game in the playoff. They lost to Notre Dame in the quarterfinal last year in this game. So delayed give. Omar Woods, he explodes. He stiffies a man. He gets hit hard. 2nd and 5 incoming. Second and 5 here. Clemson in the back. This is I think the 4th time they've been in positive territory, but they've just not been able to hit home. But there goes Woods. He finds a seam, brought down by Malcolm Cope. Yeah, I wouldn't go anywhere. There has been a ton of massive plays. They started out the game with a 70-yard throw to a fullback. Drove down, got an easy score, and then another 80-plus yard touchdown, Trey Inners. So here comes Clemson, though, and a drop! Uh-oh. Clemson's feeling some nerves. You can't help your Heisman quarterback with drops, as we're just going to run a counter here to Woods. He goes up the middle. There goes Woods. He gets about 9. Woods is having a great first half. So 3rd and 1 now. They're 1 for 3 so far. You've got to think this is 4-down territory. I'd expect them to run the ball with the 3-man front, but no, they're going to throw it. There goes Hearn. He finds some room. Hearn keeps it himself. Touchdown, Clemson. They are not going anywhere. This is going to be this could be one of the higher scoring games we've ever seen in the CFP. I'm calling it now. This reminds me of like the A&M Houston game where it's like 65-35. So we'll see what happens. Well, glad you're here, Just James, as now we got Patrick on the return. We got a flag here, so clipping call gonna back them way up.
Personal foul, clipping, receiving team.
Now let's be honest, it doesn't really matter for Georgia Southern. They've been hitting the big play over and over. So what's a couple more yards? Georgia Southern not pleased there. They are still up only a score. Clemson shown that they can respond. So here comes JJ69 and Trey Inners. What do they have in store for us next? They bring out a blitz. They pick it up and gets it to Alexander over the middle on a slant route. Mike, you've missed. It's only the 2nd quarter, but it feels like it's been an entire game. Georgia Southern's offense is just incredible. You missed a 70-yard fullback throw, pitch and catch to a fullback, and then a beautiful option play. Josh Johnson broke a tackle, flipped it out to Inners. He broke a couple tackles, got some blocks, and took it all the way. So 3rd and 1 now here for Georgia Southern. And Johnson, he gets the block. He gets the first down. There he goes. Another broken tackle. Clemson just can't tackle today. And what a block. Look at the pole. Absolutely incredible here from Georgia Southern so far, and they're right back in the pistol. They're going to go right back for it. They're cheating up now. They've got about 9 or 10 in the box just trying to stop them, and there's a big hit on Inners. Second and 12 now here. Georgia Southern, they've not gone backwards much today. They're going to play action fake, and he throws that, and it gets to J.J. Young, but he's a bit off a platform there as he threw it. J.J. Young had to extend. Only 1 incompletion for J.J. Johnson. It was a drop. So 3rd and 7. Can Clemson get another stop here? Split backs. They are going to throw it. 4-man rush. He's yamming it to the corner, and it's tipped away. Robbie Wayne, the veteran cornerback, one of the leaders of the defense, gets Clemson off the field. maybe they can start to cool down this Southern team. Unbelievable. What a first half we are witnessing. Now Clemson gets a chance here and some great blocks, but James Sharp, look at him go. He has already 90 yards receiving, and now he's making big tackles on special teams. The ultimate fullback, James Sharp. Yes, sir, James, you are right. Those momentum shifting moments. It feels like Clemson is starting to steer back. And let's see what Halter. He got a touchdown on the last drive. Walter Hearn. You don't want him to heat up as Jeff Keys gets a first down. No, they're going to call him just short. So 2nd and inches here for Clemson. They've been in positive territory 4 times, but they keep stalling out in no man's land. Hearn, he's making an adjustment here. They're going to throw it. Only 3-man rush. He gets sacked! That's Kendrick. Kyle Kendrick off the edge. And that is the weakness of this offensive line, is on that right tackle side. Now, to be fair, that right tackle is better than anything on Georgia Southern's team, but still. So now they're out empty. They are going to adjust it. Man in motion. 3rd and 7. Hearn, he's going to take off again. He loves running, and Kendrick snuffs him out. Playing contain. Gets off the block. He was waiting for it. 3 and out, Clemson. Come on, fake punt. Fake punt. Fake punt. I feel it. This is a good one. No. No fake punt. Georgia Southern getting the ball back, but that's a booming kick. Getting it all the way down to the 15. He's stiff. He's 1. And they power through. Parker gets about 10. Definitely a wild start here to the Peach Bowl. Who is going to take this game by the horns? We saw it yesterday from Minnesota and Oklahoma. About halftime is when they really pulled away. So Clemson will get the ball after halftime. So this is a great opportunity for Southern to go up 2 scores. 2nd and 6 incoming. 2 tight ends on the field. Safety coming on down. They're going to blitz him, but they go the other way. There goes Inners, and a critical stop there from the safety. They don't make that tackle. He's still running. Insane stat line already for Inners. 6 touches, 96 yards, and 3rd and 1. Chance for Clemson here. Handoff, Inners. Easy first down. The drive continues as we approach the 2-minute mark. Almost 300 total yards here for J-Sow early on. Handoff to Inners yet again. We've not really seen any true handoffs to him today, but I think Georgia Southern wants to run some clock, so they're more than happy giving it to him up the middle. 2nd and 3 here. JJ, he just dumps that one off wide, and a push through. More bad tackling here for Clemson. John Patrick. It's just Georgia Southern looks like the more motivated and energetic team. Maybe coming off of a game, they're just more ready. And that's going to be a sack. Finally, they get to Josh Johnson there in the backfield. And it's B.J. Morris again. He has been the only one on this defensive line that's really making any plays at all. The swim move gets him, and he runs right into JJ. Means it's time to renew your sub, Jay Jettas. All right, 2nd and 16 now, minute on the clock. So Georgia Southern, this drive looking less and less promising as they go backwards yet again. So 3rd and 18 upcoming now here for Georgia Southern. As Clemson uses a timeout. Delayed give to Inners, and they bring them down. Clemson's going to get the ball back with 56 seconds left. They call another timeout. Clemson hoping they can score here before halftime and get the ball back to take the lead. But 50 seconds, if they can get a field goal, this would be an impressive impressive development here. But this first half has been all Georgia Southern. Big play after big play. Their defense has been very good. So 1st and 10 here, split backs, Walter Hearn, the Heisman winner, he's throwing it there, and he lobs it. There's Hubbard, he breaks away. Malcolm Cope committed too hard, and Hubbard exposes him. Touchdown, Clemson. A beautiful throw from the Heisman winner, hits Hubbard in stride. Unbelievable. The aggressive defense bites him in the ass that time, and Clemson ties it up. Holy smokes, what a throw. (21-21). What a throw. Like, normally when you see that arc, it's just like, oh, this could be a duck into coverage. It's going to be a drop pick. That was perfect in stride on the deep cross. That was absolutely juicy. But did they leave too much time on the clock? That is the question here. 34 seconds. Georgia Southern, they have already 2 plays over 70 yards. They have all 3 timeouts. It's 21-21. This game is going to be insane. JJ, he's yamming it deep. And he hits his man. That's Alexander. Can they catch him? No. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Unbelievable. 1 play, 1 touchdown. The team of destiny. This game is on steroids. I can't believe it. What is that coverage? Yeah, this is if the users were playing, dude. They're just yam after yam, 4 verts after 4 verts. What are we watching? So now, I said it was too early. So 20 seconds now, we're in the exact same situation as we were a minute ago. And that's the thing, is that for Georgia Southern today, it just looked way too easy. Clemson, they're having to throw epic balls that barely hit, barely miss a tackle. Georgia Southern just doing what they want. So now we're not even going to try throwing the ball, as they just run it there with Omar Woods. But they're going to hurry it up. Maybe they'll try a yam here. Definitely far away from yam range, as we're going to option him out. This might be the last play of the first half. It looks like it will be. So they're going to throw it here. Hearn's just going to take off, and he's going to go down. So as we hit halftime, folks, here in the Peach Bowl, Georgia Southern is giving it to the #1 team in the country. But do not count out the Clemson Tigers, as we've seen over the past 5 seasons or so, that this team lives for the moment. Those clutch moments, the moments where you think there's no possible way, when it's 99% win percentage for the other team, nah, Clemson always ends up winning. So let's see what happens here in the second half. Clemson last year in this Peach Bowl in the 1-8 matchup lost to Notre Dame in overtime. Walter Hearn threw a pick. So they're trying to erase that this season. And as always, Home Field, check them out. They are our affiliate. Use code SFA. Some awesome apparel over there. Super comfortable. 180 plus schools. It's not just football. They do all sorts of sports. Super school specific. Super cool stuff. And yeah, you can use code SFA once per email. So check them out. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely wild. This game, I thought that Alabama-Stanford was going to be the good game today, but oh my. So first half, Clemson somehow had more time of possession. That makes no sense, but Georgia Southern is going crazy. Yes, burn the SFAs to the ground. That's what this game's doing. I don't know why this analysis is taking so long, but I don't like touching anything. I don't want to mess with it. Potentially glitch the game, right? Remember, winner to the Orange Bowl. Clemson will get the ball first. They are down a touchdown here. See if they have any answers for this Georgia Southern defense and this Georgia Southern offense, to be more fair. 18 minutes left on the clock. Here comes Walter Hearn. What does he have in store for us? Heisman winner. You've got to put your team on the back. You cannot lose to the G5 here. It's going to be a safety blitz. Cope comes around, makes a play from behind. Only a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 now here for Clemson. Come out empty. Playing way off of the receivers up top. 3-man rush. Hearn does take off this time. He cuts off field. That's going to be a first down. And you got to encourage Walter Hearn to start using his legs. 92 speed back there. You just want to make sure you don't run into Co Simpson head on. Does it come out empty yet again? Very even matchup here in terms of really every statistic is Hearn once again takes off, but doesn't find much room. Once again, you see the safeties bearing down. You do not want to get hit by one of those safeties. That ball will come loose. 2nd and 7 now. They are moving the ball. Quick option. Hearn breaks one. He's still up. He gets it out to Omar Woods. There he goes. He cuts inside. First down, Clemson. That was all Walter Hearn, baby. Hearn sees J.J. Johnson. He's like, I can do that too, buddy. Man in motion now. They're going to run some triple option. Just give it to Woods. Up the gut. He finds a seam, and he collides with both safeties. 16 yards. First and 10 here for Clemson. Inside the 30. Quick option again. Spins off a man. And he doesn't get the pitch off. Co Simpson got there quickly. Unbelievable play from the safety. I'm not sure what Walter Hearn was trying to do there. Maybe he got a little bit dizzy from the spin cycle. Spun himself out of his shoes, as they have been really just trying to run the ball today. They've not been passing it all that much. 2nd and 13. They're probably going to have to start passing it a bit more as Hearn takes off again. He tries to cut inside. He gets some blockers. 3rd and 2. But once again, Co Simpson. Already up to 8 tackles. Like his 3rd on this drive. This is a massive play. Clemson, you got to convert. They are crowding the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 2. They're going to throw it. Hearn has time. Dumps that off, and he misses everyone. He had 3 receivers in the area, and nobody caught it. So field goal team coming on out. Oh, missed opportunity there. This could be a 37-yarder. And the kick is good, but, man, missed opportunity. All right, here comes Georgia Southern getting their first carry of the second half. They cut outside, and Parker gets out to the 28. All right, here we go. Here comes the offense, and you got to imagine they're just going to keep running the ball with Enders and J.J. Johnson. Toss out to the short side. That's going nowhere. They had the blockers to the strong side. I'm not sure why they would try that to the short side, but it goes nowhere. Enders going backwards. 2nd and 14 here for Georgia Southern. Pistol. Once again, they're crowning the line. Delayed give there to Enders, and he goes down again. Another negative gain. B.J. Morris is living in the backfield. Enders was struggling to pick a hole. And 3rd and 16 now. So all of a sudden, Georgia Southern, their offense is kind of sputtering a little bit. 3rd and 16, delayed give to Enders, and he goes down. A clutch tackle there from Aaron Fine. And 4th and 14 now. So a 3 and out here for Jay Sow to start the second half. Things are heating up. Both defenses starting to hunker down a little bit as we get a broken tackle. There goes Corey Cross. Remember, folks, Corey Cross is the running back that really has carried the load this year, as Omar Woods was out for most of it. He is a 1,000-yard rusher after all, and he's out here in the split back set. We know Corey Cross, he took that first play against Buffalo for 80 yards, and Walter Hearn, he keeps it, and oh my, Malcolm Cope. Watch out. And Corey Cross just couldn't get there in time to get that lead block. Second and 6 now. They're in plus territory. Clemson can take their first lead of the day. Second and 6. Dumping that off to Woods. It's going to be another first down. Missed tackle by Co Simpson. You don't see that too often. His name's Corey Cross. I don't know if it's the same one. May not be. Jeff Keys. They're going to run triple option with him. Nobody checks Hearn. There he goes. And he gets hit again hard by Malcolm Cope, the former Tennessean. Boom. My goodness. All right, but Clemson's still moving the rock, and they have primarily done it playing their offense the way they like to. Running the ball, and here comes the Wildcat. Omar Woods in the backfield. Trent Freeman in motion. They don't give it to him. They give it. He keeps it. That's going to be a first down for Woods. He's up over the century mark now. Inside the 25 here. Clemson trying to take their first lead of the ball game. They are going to move around a little bit. Hubbard in motion. He's been critical today. Delayed give to Omar Woods. He's trying to find a hole. Brought down by Maxey. Second and 8 now. Brandon Charles, not Cross. Corey Cross is different. I think they both wear 21. I think that's why I got confused. As now we're empty here. Hearn over the middle. And he hits his man, and they hang on despite getting hit hard. A big-time catch, and that's Juwan Sims. He had the touchdown earlier. So now they're inside the 15, right around the 10-yard line. Split back formation here. Hands off to Cross. Up the gut, he's hit hard. Co Simpson trying to jar that ball free, and he almost did. He got the helmet right on there. Second and 3 from the 3. They can still get a first down without a touchdown. Back to the split backs. They're crowding the line. Hearn's going to throw it. He takes off. He's trying. He's struggling. He breaks a tackle, and he falls forward. Tripped on a lineman. Third and 3. Brian Williams gets credit for that one. There's too many bodies there in the middle. Third and goal for the Clemson Tigers. This would be an insane goal line stand. Quick option. Hearn. He tries to find it. He's brought down by Simpson. Fourth down. So field goal unit coming out yet again in another massive stop here for the Georgia Southern Eagles. Building tons of momentum as they still hang on to the lead. That is massive. 2 field goals in a row here. But Clemson now, it's basically a tie ball game. It's going to stay a 1-score game no matter what. Co Simpson here on the return. He gets back up to the 30. Yeah, Walter Hearn, he's not really thrown the rock that much here in the second half. And so far for Georgia Southern, I mean, the best defense is keeping the offense off the field, right? They've only ran 3 plays here in the second half. And B.J. Morris brings them down again. No chance to pitch it when you got a 300-pounder right in your grill. B.J. Morris. The Excel to get right in his face. No chance to get it out to inners. They've gone only backwards here in the second half. Second and 13 here for Georgia Southern. Trying to do something. Does get the pitch off here. Can they track him down? Yes, they do. Big time tackle there from Clemson. Keeping them at third down and not giving up a big play. So 3rd and 3. Can Clemson get off the field on another 3 and out? They're going to hand this off. Enters up the gut. That's going to be an easy first down and a lot more. He gets about 11. Almost 200 yards rushing already. Enters up to 131. Clemson starting to give up some plays here now. See if Georgia Southern can score. A delayed give there. Enters, breaks a couple. He can't do anything. Another loss. Aaron Fine this time. Clemson is swarming here in the second half, and this is around the moments where you start to see the talent of the #1 team in the country. Is now they have 8 in the box here. 9, actually. Man in motion. They are going to throw it. It's a blitz, and it's tipped away. Ryland Magnusum, the SFA player, snuffing out the screen. So 3rd and long now here, out empty for JJ. He has time, and he's sacked. He was getting flustered back in the pocket, and Josh Harris brings him down. Punt team coming on out. So Clemson getting the ball back here. They've had all of the points so far in the 3rd quarter after a very, very offensive-heavy first half. Both teams have settled down here as we've only had 6 points. And Cross stays up. He gets about 7. But it's been all Clemson here in the second half. Can they finally take their first lead of the ball game? This is probably going to be the final play of the quarter. He's up top all alone. And just hand it. No. Hearn's going to keep it. He stiffies 1, and he gets about 5. And as we head to the 4th quarter here in the Peach Bowl, the 3rd quarterfinal of the 12-team playoff, Georgia Southern, the underdog, up 1. They're trying to become the first seeded upset here in the Season 13 playoff. It's been an incredible game so far. Very, very back and forth. But it feels like Clemson has all of the momentum. Clutch skills are all activated. Split back set here for Clemson. Hearn, will he start throwing the rock? Dumps that one off to the running back here. Corey Cross, that was dangerous. He had a couple of guys in the area. But it's a first down. And Hearn, I mean, dude, you're a Heisman winner for crying out loud. How have you only thrown it 15 times? 1st and 10 here for Hearn. Delivers another throw. There's Hubbard. He stays on his feet, and he goes backwards. Only getting about 3. Hubbard has been a very good breakout player. He had some big plays in the ACC Championship, and then he had the 80-yarder earlier in this game. 2nd and 7 now. Delayed give for Woods. He finds a little bit of room, but not much. Both of these teams trying to get the draw game working, and it's not really working out for either. These run games have kind of been stifled. So 3rd and 6. This would be a big squandered opportunity for Clemson if they don't come away with points. 3rd and 6. They are just going to hand it off, and Maxey brings them down. Unbelievable. Clemson continues to just not be able to pry this lead out of Georgia Southern's hands, and they're going for it. What an aggressive call on their own side of the 50. 4th and 7. It's going to be a screen pass. They get it off. Omar Woods, he turns the corner. They're going to get it. Holy aggressive. And it works. That might be the most aggressive 4th down call we've ever seen. And now Omar Woods goes up the middle for 8. I don't think we've ever seen such an aggressive call when it's not at the very end of the game. That could turn this game on a dime. Clemson, new life breathed into this offense. They've not run screens hardly at all today. Tricked Georgia Southern with that one. Yeah, that might be the play of the game so far. 2nd and 2 now. Hearn, he has some time over the middle, and he finds Freeman, who's open. A little in route for about 6. And if Georgia Southern, if they're going to start playing soft coverage, Hearn is just going to eat you up. First and 10. We're now under 7 minutes. Another screen pass. They liked the way it worked the first time. Omar Woods, he's still on his feet. 4 yards. Could have done a better job navigating those blocks, but second and manageable now. So we're under 6 minutes, 30 seconds. If you're Clemson, you can really start running some clock as well, as you have entered field goal range. Hearn has time, delivers a strike. There's Freeman, and he's out inside the 5. Here come the Tigers. Might have been a touchdown there, but Freeman, I think, was just trying not to step out of bounds. First and goal, the 61st play of the game for the Tigers. Can they take their first lead of the day? They're going to throw it. Hearn over the middle. Touchdown, Clemson! Jeff Keys in the back of the end zone gives Clemson their first lead of the day. And this second half has been all Clemson. 13 unanswered points here. As Georgia Southern really hasn't run hardly any plays at all here in the second half. It's just Clemson bleeding out the clock. All right, here comes Georgia Southern now. They've not had any explosiveness in the second half. Johnson keeps it. He goes down again in the backfield. They've hardly had any rushes for positive yards here in the second half. Unbelievable defense so far for Clemson. I don't know what Dabo was talking about in the locker room, but damn, it got them playing hard. Second and 14 now. Johnson over the middle finds Alexander. Third and 7. But this second half for Georgia Southern has been awful. Not even close to what we saw in the ECU game or in this first half. So it's really going to be, they've got to figure it out quickly. Could be a screen pass to Inners. He gets it in open field. This could be dangerous. There goes Inners, and he's going to get that first down. Massive play from Trey Inners, keeping the drive alive. Remember, they're only down 6. Clemson decide not to go for 2, so they can still get that lead back with a score. So we approach the 5-minute mark, rolling right. There's Johnson. He delivers a strike. He finds his man. David Love this time for 20. Here comes Georgia Southern now, starting to throw the ball more. First and 10, they hand it off to Inners up the gut, and he gets about 2. Oh my, this game's coming down to the wire, folks. We've got a good one here in the Peach. Stacking the left side here. They're going to throw it, bring the blitz, they pick it up. He finds his man again! J.J. Young. He's been pretty much a non-factor today, only catching some dump-off hitches here and there. But that's his first big play today. The veteran receiver, redshirt senior, holds every record you could think of, as Georgia Southern is outgaining Clemson. So we're inside the 30 now. Under 4 minutes, 30 seconds. Who's going to the semifinals? Inners gets some room. Inners stays on his feet. He gets 9. Georgia Southern could take down the entirety of the ACC. They're empty here. They got an offensive lineman out there. Rolls right. He's going to take off, and they bring him down. Interesting play call for sure, but Ryland Magnusum, he takes him down there. They had an offensive lineman out there to the right side where he's rolling out, hoping he could lead block, but he was just standing there, a little starstruck, I guess. I'm not sure what was going on. Third and 2, though. This could be a massive stop for Clemson. Georgia Southern had some stops earlier in this half. Can Clemson do the same? Hand it off, enters. No! He keeps it. He finds room on the right side, inside the 10. Fresh set of downs here for Georgia Southern. They're at the 10. They can still get a first down without scoring. Hurrying back to the line. JJ69 in the pistol. First and 10. He moves the play. They're going to hand it off to Enters up the gut. He has room. He falls forward to the 2. Georgia Southern is in striking range. Second and 3 from the 3. 2 backs in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Enters. No, he's going to keep it. No one's on the right side. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. They're going to take the lead here in the Peach Bowl. They relinquish the lead and immediately take it right back. Unbelievable play from these two stars. Georgia Southern is playing out of their mind, but you're giving the ball back to the Heisman Trophy winner with 3 minutes left. You got to get a stop if you're the defense. Corey Cross gets him up to the 23. Plenty of time. A field goal wins this game. Walter Hearn, legacy moment. You lost this game last year in overtime because of a pick. What is he going to do today? Hand off to Omar Woods. Goes down. There's Cope. Plenty of time to run your offense. Remember, all you need is a field goal. They've already gotten 2 today. But 4 down territory, obviously, everywhere you go. If you're Clemson, you can't punt this ball back. 2nd and 9, they're out empty with Hearn. Got to watch the run if you're Georgia Southern. He's going to just design run. He breaks a tackle. He gets about 4. But 3rd and 5 now. Time continues to tick away. Hearn only 48 yards on the day. They've held him largely in check. 3rd and 5. The number 1 team in the country on the ropes. Delayed give to Omar Woods, and he's stacked up by Maxey. It's 4th down. And they're not going for it. What? You have to go for this. Unbelievable. Even if you don't get it, you still have the 3 timeouts, can force a field goal and still get a touchdown. What are they doing? An unbelievable mistake. That might just be the game, folks, as Georgia Southern can now run out the clock. It's going to come down to timeouts. They hand it off to Inners. He finds room on the outside. Someone and make the tackle. Nobody is. There goes Inners. And if you're Clemson, you got to just let them score. They do push him out, though, so hold on. Hold on, folks. Going out of bounds was huge. You still have the 3 timeouts. They are in field goal range. They can still get a stop here. And we know Clemson loves to win the close game. So can they do it again? Hand off to Inners, and he's stuffed. Here come the timeouts. 1 first down wins this game for Georgia Southern. But that's a massively tall task against Clemson. Patrick in motion. 2nd and 11, handoff to Inners. And he's not going to get it. He goes backwards yet again. Clemson standing on their head. They're going to throw it here on 3rd down. He steps up. He yams it deep. What a one. It's caught. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. An unbelievable throw on the run from Josh Johnson. Gives them a touchdown lead. Holy smokes! I can't believe it. They don't decide to go for 2, so it's still an 8-point game. Clemson does get the ball back, but the underthrow worked to perfection. But now Clemson, they are down and out. This is the legacy moment. Walter Hearn, a minute 17, one timeout. You're down 8. Their best chance here is overtime. Touchdown and 2 points. Get you there. Can they do it? Gonna start out in shotgun. Ernie has some time. He's gonna take off here. Can he? And he gets hit hard again. These safeties are all over the field. They gotta hurry it up here. Everybody running back. Not much time's coming off the clock. Hearn again. He's yamming this one down the sideline. He finds his man. That's Freeman. They're back in business. This game is nutty. Inside the 35, they need a touchdown. Hearn, only a 3-man rush. On the run, throws it, oh, just over his guy's head over the middle. He had time, man, he had time. Just gotta take your time, set your feet, Hearn. Heisman winner. 2nd and 10, trips left, they're gonna move a man in motion. Hearn, he's faking it once. Delivers that over the middle to Hubbard, but now they got to run it up to the line here. Clock is ticking. They only have that one timeout. I don't think the clock is too much of a factor quite yet. That's not going to help you. As now Hearn, he goes down! Game on the line. Clock is ticking. 4th and 13. Can Georgia Southern do the impossible? Hearn takes off the Heisman, and he goes down! Georgia Southern takes over. They're going to win the Peach Bowl. Number 8 in the country is going to win the game. From the last team into the playoff, to beating East Carolina, to beating the undefeated Clemson, the Sun Belt is rolling through to the Orange Bowl. And as we hit triple zeros here in the Peach Bowl, Georgia Southern has done the unthinkable. They have taken down undefeated Clemson. You wanted an upset. You got one. Trey Inners, Josh Johnson. Oh my God. They will go to the Orange Bowl and face the winner of Alabama versus Stanford coming up next. An unbelievable seed here in the Peach Bowl here in Atlanta. As once again, Clemson, 2 years in a row, the number 1 seed goes down in the quarterfinal. And that will be the legacy Walter Hearn leaves behind. Heck of a game. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in Phoenix for the Fiesta Bowl. What an absolute banger of a game. I can't believe it. They did it. That throw from Josh Johnson at the end of the game was diabolical. I thought that was going to be an absolute pick. It was on Reggie Wayne or whatever his name is. And how does he not step out? Just so many iconic plays in this game. One of the best ones we've ever seen. This is going to be a heck of a highlight video. Holy cow. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. And we got another massive game coming up. So Georgia Southern, the 8th seed. The first seeded upset of the playoff is a massive one. And now Georgia Southern is the first G5 in the 12-team playoff history to beat the number 1 seed. Remember, before here, we had 2 G5 teams in season 5 and 6 beat Jay Jettas and then lose to the number 1 seed by 3. So they've erased history. Josh Johnson, some unbelievable plays. And like how... If Georgia Southern can win it all, how can you choose between Inners and Josh Johnson? I don't know if you can. I don't know if this is the best playoff of all time. I think last year was pretty good in terms of the amount of close games. We had 2 overtime games. This one, we've had a lot of blowouts. This is only the second close game, but As we see here, it was big play after big play. The 80-yard run, the Hubbard 80-yard pass, followed by an immediate 73-yard bomb. It's 12 seconds later. Clemson slowed the game down, came back, but they couldn't punch it in. They finally took the lead, and then they just went ballistic. Unbelievable. And let's check out the stats here. Georgia Southern. We're going to check out Clemson first because they lost. The Heisman Trophy winner. He had a good day. He just didn't throw it enough. 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, 80% completion. He did miss a couple of critical throws. Omar Woods ran it pretty well. I think this game was lost because Walter Hearn couldn't find a lot of room. Averaging 2.4 yards carry. Got him into 3rd and long quite a bit. And then receiving wise, I mean, the guys caught the balls that were thrown to him, right? They could have thrown it a lot more. And then on the defensive side, Brandon Hines, Aaron Fine, B.J. Morris was really good. But the problem was mitigating that big play, which they couldn't do. The safeties couldn't do it. They couldn't generate that much of a rush. Yeah, they got quite a few sacks, but I don't think that they really did what they could. Robbie Wayne is the guy. Now let's check out Georgia Southern. And how about this from Josh Johnson? 293 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then running the ball, he had 48 himself with a touchdown. Inners had 172, 2 touchdowns as well, including that 80-yarder. But that also was broken by Josh Johnson. You have Alexander having a big game, 2 of those deep passes. Unbelievable, sharp, unbelievable play at the start. A freshman fullback, a 63 overall, making a 70-plus yard catch here in the playoff. It doesn't get any crazier than that in terms of a Cinderella story. On defense, All-Co Simpson and Malcolm Cope. These two are everywhere all the time, all at once. I mean, the 3 SFA players on the defense, 3 of the main ones in the secondary, all were the most critical. In terms of sacks, Brian Williams, he had 3. Kyle Kendrick had 1. Nothing from Albert Ashcherry. And they didn't get any picks, no turnovers. So they did this completely without any of that. And not even a deflection. Unbelievable. No fumbles forced. Nothing. It was just tackling and just keeping Clemson. I mean, I think the biggest part of the game was when Clemson was dominating, they held them to some field goals there in the 3rd quarter. And I think that was probably the game-winning kind of sequence. Unbelievable game. Let's check out players of the game here. And then we'll be back here in a couple of minutes for the Fiesta. But Walter Hearn, Josh Johnson gets it. And then you have B.J. Morris and Brian Williams. So let me get this snapshot here. And I missed my scoring summary. Snip, that's all right. I'll get it back in the VOD. J-Sow does the unthinkable. They're going to the Final Four. What an unbelievable Final Four it is so far. And we're finding out the last team. Cannot believe this game. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. It'll take me about 5 to 10 minutes to get the second one set up. I might just wait for 5:30 on the nose. We'll see. But I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Thanks for watching.